Hello and welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and in this video, we're jumping back into the newly updated version of the Outback overlanding map. Now, this map was recently updated once again, and if you saw my first video on this map, the main spawn point where your vehicle actually starts has been changed. As you can see, it originally started on the beach, now it starts on the other end of that beach in a small town around some buildings. Now, there's been a new trail that's been added among a bunch of other things, and we're going to check out the new trail as well as a few different areas that we can, well, as long as we can get to those other areas, we'll check them out, but the new trail is the main thing we're going to be focusing on in this video. Now, as it stands right now, this map is available on consoles, although I'm not sure about this particular version. It probably is when you're watching this video, but go ahead and double check that you have the latest version of the map on your console. And of course, the vehicle that we're using is the Baja Crew, and this should be available on just about everything. So let's go ahead and fire it up, and we'll check out this new area. Now, Outback Overlanding is a really cool map if you haven't checked it out before, and one of the reasons why I love it so much is because not only is the creator of the map allowing us to follow along through the development process of it, but what's also really cool about it is that it's very like designed around that aspect of overlanding realism. So the roads are kind of organized and laid out in a way that they normally would be, and so are the trails. And the trails are also not like super crazy over the top. So I really need to go ahead and make sure I plan out my route. And actually, so both of these trails will lead into the same place, although this one looks to be a little bit more developed. So what we'll actually do is we'll go ahead and come out here and then turn around real quick. We're going to drive a little bit more realistically in this video, and I'm sure that, you know, even though I say we're going to be driving a little bit more realistically, I'm sure there's going to be somebody out there that's going to be like, oh my god, the thing that you did at, like, you know, 3 minutes and 57 seconds was not realistic at all. And I'm like, well, to be fair, SnowRunner, I almost said Spin Tires for some reason, although it's been quite a long time since Spin Tires has been the latest, you know, installment in this series. SnowRunner is not always 100% representative of real-world driving. It can be in some regards, but not all the time. All right, so setting off down this trail, it's already, actually, dude, this is sick. I've never been on this trail before, so I am seeing this for the very first time, and I definitely think that if you haven't checked this map out since the new update, dude, you definitely need to, because this is some very well laid out, super realistic trails. God, this is some of the most realistic trailing I have seen in SnowRunner in a really long time. Like, it's not super over-the-top difficult. I mean, obviously the difficulty is going to vary depending on what vehicle you're using, but really, like, if you're looking for a very realistic, and I'm talking like hyper-realistic experience in SnowRunner, this map is definitely going to give it to you. I also really love how the visual style of the map really, again, like, and I know I said this in my original video on the Outback map, but since it's been expanded so much and so much has been added to it, I really want to go ahead and reiterate the point of the fact that it is such a realistically detailed map in not only, you know, the driving sense and the obstacle sense, but also in the visual sense. It's one of those maps that really pulls you into the experience and makes you want to explore it not only more, but in a very realistic way. Oh, look at that view. You can actually see pretty far down the trail, and you can see some of the rock obstacles that we're going to be coming into in a moment. Yeah, I can already tell you that just from this little taste of the new area that they're showing, we're going to be getting an insane map once it's done. Once this map is done, it's basically going to feel like a real-world off-road area that you can go to with your friends. And I don't know why, but like the way this is laid out, the way like the mud obstacle and the water obstacles are laid out, in and amongst the rocks, feels so realistic. Oh, look at that. You have two different routes that you can take up the... Oh, dude, that's sick. So you can actually take the one on the left if you're looking for more of like a rocky climb, or you can take the one on the right if you're looking for more of a muddy climb. It's literally like totally up to you, and it really would apply to whichever vehicle you decide to attack this map with. I'm going to take the left-hand side climb. And the setup on this truck feels basically perfect for this map. We're running a 44-inch tire, and it's sort of the mid-range grip. It's not the stickiest tire that you can put on this truck, but it's pretty close. Well, I say it's pretty close. It's kind of right in the middle. So the cool thing about this particular truck, and really all of John Hot Rod's rigs, is that they have the base game grip tires, they have the mid-range grip tires, and then of course they have they call them the cheater grip tires, but they're basically like the top of the line, like as sticky as you can make them. And I've always found that for stuff like this, like realistic trail riding and rock crawling, the mid-range grip tires give you just enough slip with also just enough grip. Because see, like right here, they can still spin. They're not like a cheat code to walk up everything, but what they'll do is they'll spin until they find traction, and then once they find traction, they'll grip and they'll go, which is basically exactly what a real-world mud terrain tire is gonna do on obstacles like this, especially like literally the tire that we're running on this truck right now, which is a Nitto Trail Grappler. I can say from personal experience that that's how a Nitto Trail Grappler behaves. Oh, and look at this. This map, I really didn't expect it to have that much verticality, but like, holy smokes, look at this valley. This would be one of those spots where, like, in real life anyway, like, I would get halfway up this hill and I would be like, dude, I need to stop and take a picture. Like, I need to stop and take, like, 15 pictures of my truck here. Because that is just absolutely massive in terms of, like, a view. And you can actually see one of the other trails down there in the distance. If you look, like, really, really close, there's another trail that's chilling out down there. And that actually was probably the other way we could have come in. Oh, I wonder how this trail looks from the interior view. It's probably, like, insanely realistic looking. Oh, look at that. This looks like a view that you would actually legitimately have in real life, especially, like, if you go inside the truck. Oh, dude. That takes the realism up, like, 10 more notches. I almost wish that I had done that entire climb from the outside view, though, because that climb from the outside view actually looks even cooler. My question is, how far does this new area go? Because there's so much map, you know? Because if we stop and we take a look at the GPS, look how much more map has yet to be developed. Because again, remember, this is a work in progress map. And this is all that we've done so far. And look at how much stuff we've already seen. I mean, there's this other trail that runs through the woods and then along the river. It actually crosses the river twice, right here and right here. And it loops around, or you can take it up this way and bypass the ridge line entirely. I mean, that's entirely up to you in terms of what you want to do and the route that you want to take. But the beauty of that is that you have so much replayability on this map. So much. I mean, you could take a group of friends out here in a bunch of different off-road rigs, and you could spend like an hour out here and still not do half of the available routes or half of the available trails. And then not only that, but these trails are set up so you can run them either direction. So if you want to run them back the other way, you can also do that, and they'll be completely different. You really can get yourself set up with a really nice cruising pace out here, too. Really, really nice. I'm going to go ahead and fix some of the body damage on the truck because it kind of needs it. Let's be completely honest. This truck was getting pretty beat up back there on the back bumper. But I also didn't really do all that much of a setup on this truck. I literally just did like suspension, wheels and tires, and engine and transmission. That's literally all I did on this truck. There's nothing else done to it. But you really don't need to do all that much to this truck to make it good. And technically, I mean, you could do this map with this truck right out of the box. Like literally the setup right out of the box is great. And see, now looking back the other way, I could totally see doing this same trail network back in reverse and it being so much fun the opposite direction as well. That is so sick. I wonder if we can make our way through this mud pit in high. Let's see. Let's go ahead and ease our way up to it and kick it. Come on. It's moving out. Dude, oh my god, that was so good. Holy crap. All right. I know I'm just on the mid-range grip tires with this truck, but that was That was really, really good. Let me actually turn around real quick, because this trail, if I keep going, it will take me to the part of the map that isn't done yet, and there's not really much out there to do because nothing has been placed out there yet. Now, let's see. If we make a left here, this would be the other trail that we didn't take. Whoa, this is like all mud. This is gnarly. Let me see if I put it in, yeah, we'll put it in low plus for now, and it should just kind of walk its way through here. This, you want to talk about realistic, I mean, no matter where, I mean, I know that this is based on kind of the Australian Outback, but like no matter where you are in the world, you will have trails like this, like completely rutted out, muddy trails that basically look like a massive ditch as you go through them. This, I mean, this is super realistic. I've literally been down trails that look almost exactly like this one. Is that a... No, that's not another crossing. I was like, is that going to be another crossing, or is that literally just where there's a washout right into the river? It's a washout right into the river. You should probably be extra careful right there. Let me see if I can pick up my cruising pace just a little bit. And ease it on up to the riverbank. Now, there is a... Looks like you can turn left or turn right. Oh, I see. Okay, so if we were to turn right, it would take us back up to the ridge, and if we were to turn left, it would actually loop us back around to where the garage is, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. Well, I say probably, definitely, because we went ahead and made the turn. But that is such a great loop, and even though the map is not done, I love how there's this one really, really well put together loop that you can do right out of the box that, who knows, there might end up being more things that get added to this loop as time goes on, and I'm sure there probably will be, knowing the creator of this map and the projects they've done in the past. But let's go ahead and make this left. We're not going to go that way today. We may on a future adventure, so definitely stay tuned for that. But let's ease ourselves up. Well, I say ease. Let's see if we can actually attack this mud pit at high, and we'll see if it actually makes it through. It bottomed out a little bit there for a second, but it should be fine. Oh, yeah. I mean, I was like, I'm not lifting. I'm still not lifting. I'm not lifting. Well, I should probably feather the throttle a little bit, because my grip is starting to get a little iffy. And, oh my god. Dude, this thing just rocketed out of the mud pit. Okay. I think we're almost back to town. Now that I see this, this would have also been a really, really fun way to get to that other ridgeline trail, though. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I love about this map already, even though it's not done, is that no matter which route you take, you are going to have a ton of fun. It literally is up to you. Whatever route you want to take, you will not go wrong. And with that, we're literally right back to town where we started. But if y'all enjoyed this updated look at the Outback map, or Outback overlanding map in SnowRunner, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And if you have anything that you would like to see, also leave any suggestions down there. If you're new around here and you would like to see more, hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on, and I will see y'all next time.